Shelby with Shelby's Comics. I got a very, very, very special unboxing for you today. I think everybody knows what this means when you see one of these Fragile boxes. That's right, it's a CGC unboxing. I did take pictures of these before. I did not try to, in my head, grade them or anything. I'll show the pictures wherever I'm pointing whenever I pull these out and such. So I'll put some of my video editing skills to the test. Set these right down here. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. I just saw the grades on top of some of them. But they're all Silver Age books. I've been waiting a long time for these things. I sent them out probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. It seems like it took a crazy long time for them to get graded. So a little aggravated with that. But we'll start with, try to move some things around here. Alright, like I said, I looked at the grade. So, first book, and I did have all these cleaned and pressed from the comic book presser. I will put his information down below. Really great guy, great service. I really can't complain. He doesn't over press or anything. He seems to really take his time and care with it, with his pressing. So here's the first book, A Thor 7.0. So here's a couple of things. So it's number 149. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby art. Wrecker appearance, Inhumans backup story. So let's take a good look and understand, and this is off-white to white pages, so I expected maybe a little bit higher, but let's really, and like I said, I had this pressed and cleaned, so let's take a look at and understand why I got a 7.0. So first off, let me see if I can get up here to, the spine is beautiful. There is really no tick marks or anything with the spine. So I expected a little bit higher grade. However, we can see here at the bottom corner, see if I can get it angled correctly. See if I can get it angled correctly. So terrible. There's some color. There's, okay, with the angle of the, alright, I'm not going to be able to do this, but I'll describe it to you. Down here at the bottom, there is a little bit of blunting on the corner. There's definitely some blunting on the other corner. There is a definite miswrap that you can see. You can see a large edge. On the back, you can see the miswrap a lot more clearly. There is some stress that shows at the bottom staple, and there is a mark here on the bottom, if you can see that. I'll put my finger next to it. So there is a mark that wasn't able to come out. It was a pen mark, and there is some browning along, and there's a chip right here. So let's take into consideration, even though you had a beautiful spine, a lot of gloss, flat, been pressed, no real issues with the cover or anything, they marked down, I would assume, for perhaps a miswrap, the blunting of the corners, a little bit of color scrape on the bottom. The browning, I know, usually gets knocked off about a grade. and some of the, and then the ink mark perhaps, and then the chipping, which is just the normal marble chipping. It's about a ½ inch long and about an eighth of an inch into the back of the book. I doubt you can see it in the camera here. I'm not really set up. My microphone is right here, so I keep hitting it. But hey, that's a good rule of thumb to kind of to think about, right, when you're selling these types of books. And you know, you would call this a high grade, which would be an 8.0. To me, if you say high grade, I'm expecting an 8.0 or above. And man, there's a couple of flecks of stuff inside the actual case. If you can see right there, that white fleck is inside the case. And there's another one down here near the bottom. I wish I would take a little bit better care in some of that. But anyway, so yeah, what I'm saying is when you're then selling books, you know, I would have called that probably more of a 7.5, 8.0, but it was a 7.0. So, you know, be very, very careful whenever you're purchasing. And, you know, because from a 7.0 to an 8.0, in some cases, could be hundreds of dollars. And overspending is something you definitely don't want to do. Okay. Oh my God, they put the wrong label in. Oh my God, 2 of these. Oh. Horrible, 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 horrible. All right, this is obviously a Strange Tales Annual 2 that says Silver Surfer. This is Silver Surfer that says Strange Tales. I'm very aggravated. All right, let's talk first about, I guess, the Strange Tales, which would be a 7.5, which is about what I thought. I did have this cleaned and pressed. There is some, there's a crease, color breaking crease. The spine is a bit worn. It's one of those square bound books. The back cover is beautiful and white, and I have to look at the other one, off-white to white pages. So 7.5. I'm just aggravated now. I'm freaking aggravated. And then the Silver Surfer, which is tagged as the Strange Tales, would be a 7.0, which is about what I thought. It's got a pretty good color breaking crease, and it has a small tear up here at the top. The back cover is beautiful, and you know, so I think that's accurate. I'm just aggravated. I'm aggravated now, you guys. I apologize. All right, the next one is supposed to be a Thor, and it is. So this one I did expect to be high grade, and it did come back as a high grade. So this is Thor 147 and 9.0. So beautiful book. Nice white back. You know, I had this pressed, and you know, you can see an obvious crease here. We need something else. And there's like some kind of fleck of something inside the case here. We need something better. I don't know, better than CGC or something. I hate to say that and say it on video that I will be posting. But this is just ridiculous. You wait 6 months and then you have all these problems, and everything, and it's just it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me. You know, are you dealing with too high a volume that you can't take the care? I don't get it. I mean, we pay a lot of money for these, and we wait a long time, and you expect them to be done right. Okay, this is a Fantastic Four number 32, 8.5. Myself and the presser assumed it would be a high grade. Man, and again, you know, you just have a couple of these creases on the back. You can see them in the light. You can see them right there that were not there when I got them back from the presser. And I don't know if it's them trying to slide it into the encapsulation or what the deal is. It's almost like it's squished when they try to put it into the internal encapsulated part. And, you know, they bent it, putting it in that part. So I'm just mystified. But the grader thought it'd come back a pretty high grade. He said it's probably one of the better beautiful copies he had seen, and yeah, I think that reflected that in 8.5. All right, the last two are the same book, and I'd purchased these from Metropolis Comics years ago, and they had graded these, graded one of them at a 9.0, and I'm not sure which is which, but it came back a 9.0, Captain Marvel number 1. One of these I had cleaned and pressed, the other one I did not. And I honestly don't remember which is which, just looking at them. But came back a 9.0, and then the other copy also came back a 9.0. So happy with that. That's about what I thought they would come back as, and they did come back as 9.0s. So pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is it for those books. I'll call CGC here in a little bit about the issue with the other. But yeah, two nice copies. And like I said, I bought these as 9.0s. One of them had cleaned and pressed. Very nice, higher grade. I love that for the Fantastic Four. Definitely very happy for the Thor. This is one of my books that I felt would be higher grade, and definitely came back, and so I'm very happy with that. The other Thor, you know, I understand why they knocked off and it came back as 7.0. And then the Silver Surfer, I'll hold these up again so you can see the labels are flipped. You know, I expected these to be a 7.5, 7.0. The Silver Surfer is a 7.0. You know, with that rip at the top is about what I expected. And then the Strange Tales being a 7.5, I was pretty happy with. This is a hard book to find in higher grades, so overall pretty happy. But you know, I'm gonna have to call them and send something back. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And you know, you see these videos on YouTube, people having problems, and it just, I mean, but who knows? It may be 1%, and it just happens to be those of us that are doing videos. You know, I saw the same thing with Comic Gains and you know, a couple of other YouTube. So let me know down below in the comments if you had problems with CGC. What is our next best alternative? CBCS, I've had my issues with them. I've had an accounting problem with them with getting my account uh, corrected because I paid for a certain subscription that they service, or not subscription service, but a certain tier service that still isn't reflected on my account. You call, you get an answering service, and they tell you the email address of the person. That person corresponded with me twice, and never heard from them again. Never heard from them again. So, very aggravated with that service. People are against PGX. I'm not positive why. I think people say that their grading is off. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I own a few. I think I'm saying it right. PGX. Graded books. Are they a little loose? And I know there's another grading company. The name escapes me at the time, but they do, the different colored labels and things like that. I've thought about sending some modern books to them and just giving them a try. But, definitely for these older Silver Age books, you want to go with the industry recommended standard, if that's even saying it right, which is CGC. And, who knows how long it'll take to get these back. But anyway, hey, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate, you tune in. Sorry, I'm a little flustered with the issues here. I guess I could just sell these as a set, or something one day and say, oh, well, just flip these two and then you'll have the correct grade and stuff. But, it's just ridiculous. Hey, everybody, a quick addendum to this video. So, I just got in this book that I purchased from an auction on YouTube. I believe this came from Tricky Trapster. It's a graded 7.0. And remember, I just got this Thor graded a 7.0. Let's look if we can see some differences. Look at all the spine creases and everything with this Supernatural Tales here. Horrible amount of spine creases, color breaking creases, blunted corner, compared to this beautiful non-color breaking, no creases Thor. This Supernatural Thrillers is obviously dirty. There are several, this blunted corner, if you can see that, how terrible that is. And this one here, the back cover, it has overprint from the printer. So you got this green, the cover is just horribly dirty. There's dirt and smudge all over it. Now, this is an older case. So if you notice here, you've got this where the book kind of slides in. On the newer ones, you don't have that. So that's one way you can tell. The labels are pretty much the same between the two. So it's hard to tell what's an older slab book, which was encapsulated a longer time ago versus recently encapsulated. So I'm just completely baffled now. I pointed out a lot of the problems with this Thor book when we just talked about it, but compared to all the defects with this book, and it's also a 7.0, just completely baffles me. And I consider myself a fairly good judge of books and their grade. Like I said, I would have, even myself, probably called this, I probably would have called it more around a 7.5. Probably not an 8.0 because of the chipping and things like that. But there is no way, with all the creasing, all the color rubs, and overall dirtiness, excuse me, blunted corners, I would have called this a 7.0. No way I would have even sent this in to CGC and expected a 7.0 from this. I would have called this more around a 5, simply because of the horrible amount of spine creases and color breaks and such. And this is like a 10-year newer book than that Thor book. You know, this is a Bronze Age book. I'm just, you know, consistency with stuff like this. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a horrid mood because of the labeling issue. But looking at this book, like I said, as a 7.0, and, you know, comparing it to this book, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I would be curious to almost break this out. I think I paid $80 for it. Break this out, clean it, press it, send it in, and see what grade we get back. Just as a comparison, you know, if I was a wacko person. But anyway, here's my little addendum to this video. So if you hung around and watched, you know, I appreciate it. And I will talk to you people later. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go and take some deep breaths and meditate and rethink my life with CGC and give them a phone call. So who knows how long that'll take. But I appreciate you guys watching. You know, let me know some of your comments and things below. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you'll know anytime I drop a new video. And if I don't see y'all between now and then, have a happy holiday. I saw my email today. There's a couple of, I think that's Spider-Man Booth Superior Grinch box is coming in today or tomorrow. So I'm sure I'll be unboxing those. And yeah, so tune in for that. So remember, everybody, peace, love, and comics. Thank you.